Live from the Busted Weather Coverage Studios in Central Alabama, this is a weather update. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, welcome. If anyone's in here, hello, how are we? So, we are going to talk about what's happening in the weather world right now and the cold weather and all that kind of fun stuff. So our big thing right now is the cold and the possibilities of what could happen here weather-wise in Alabama. So we are going to start now. And let me get these windows all captured, opened, and all that. Window capture. Okay. And I need to do up this a little bit. And we're going to stretch this out just a bit. Okay. Center it up so I don't look goofy. Okay. And transition. Yes, it worked. Hi, you can see me now. I got a camera. So we are here in Montgomery in our little studio, aka my dorm room. And we're gonna go through the busted weather for this weekend or coming up tomorrow. So, it would help if I'm on this page. All right, here we go. So this is the live, or this was the latest model for satellite imagery, and that is clouds. All clouds. Everything there is clouds. This is busted. But you can see a lot of cloud cover over the southeastern, central east, and southeastern part of the states, ranging from about Blount County all the way down to Troy. So, yeah. This is a live radar look right now. As you can see, nothing. A couple storms over the Gulf of America and some over South Carolina and Georgia, and then nothing. Some little effluent there in Mississippi. So this is from the Weather Prediction Center, and this is the possibility of at least minor winter weather impacts. As you can see, the very northwestern corner of the state is in a 95% impact. And you see Central America, Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, all have a probability of getting some winter weather. And you can see almost to Birmingham, right about the Coleman County line there, is a 5% chance. So you can see it goes from 95 to 0 very quickly there when it hits Alabama. Next view, bam. So this is the winter weather prediction map from, again, the Weather Prediction Center and Storm Prediction Center and National Hurricane Center. And you can see the little freezing rain hashes here. Let's see here. I don't want to do that. No. Go back. I need to. I want tools. How do I get my tools? I want my tools. It's fine. You can see my cursor. So this little yellow, green, pink hashed area here is the chance of freezing rain. Snow is in the white hashed. Snow or heavy snow possible is in this white hashed, gray and white hash. The white area is possible snow. The mixed precipitation is in this purple area, and then rain and thunderstorms is in this green area here. So you can see there's a very definite line here about the Montgomery area in Alabama for precipitation and mixed rain or mixed precipitation, freezing rain here. for the northeastern corner of the state. Florence, Muscle Shoals, Phil Campbell, Russellville. Birmingham, you're in that mixed precipitation area. Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Coleman, losing my blank, Gadsden, Anniston, Oxford, Oneonta, Shelby County, all the way to about Montgomery is in that mixed precipitation area. And then from Montgomery south, we're just looking at rain and thunderstorms. So here are more models from the Weather Prediction Center. These are kind of your front maps here. So this one here is the 0Z run for Saturday. As you can see, this is ice. This is chance of ice. This is rain. This is snow. This is mixed precipitation in the purple. Here is the 12Z run for Saturday. Here we have likely for ice. Chance of ice here for the northern part of Mississippi and the northern part of Alabama. And a little bit of snow for Tuscaloosa area, and then rain. Here we have the 18Z run for Saturday. And it's mostly rain for Alabama. And this is the 12Z run for Sunday. And you can see mainly mostly rain. All of that freezing rain and ice will stay up into the north. But we have a chance of severe weather covering Montgomery and southern Alabama from Mobile to Montgomery to Tallahassee, Florida. Could be a chance of tornadoes, mainly wind, rain, and lightning there is our biggest things. But tomorrow we will get new models, better models, things to look at that will tell us more. This is for Sunday. This will be valid at 12Z on Sunday. And here's our active weather map here. As you can see, the areas in pink are winter storm warnings. Areas in purple, this kind of maroon purple here, is ice storm warnings. This light teal color is an extreme cold watch. And this kind of normal purple color here is, my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, is a winter weather advisory. And then this other teal color here is winter weather watches. So this is for the whole of the United States. You can see all the way from New Mexico to New England. So we have New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts. All of these states are covered in pink winter weather warnings. So here's a better view of the Birmingham area. See, this is the Birmingham map. Again, these are winter weather advisories. This is a winter weather watch, and these are ice storm warnings. This is extreme cold watches all the way down to Mobile and almost to Troy. This is the winter weather warnings here. And so what is telling us where it's going to be cold, it's going to be rainy, it's going to be wet. So, as we move on here, this is the GFS 18Z model for Friday. This was sent out at 12Z, so it'll be valid here in about a couple hours. And as you can see, there's a lot of rain over Texas, central Texas. Here's our 12Z run for the 12Z run for Saturday. And you can see some of the snow, mixed precipitation, ice, rain forming over Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, a little bit of Mississippi, and Louisiana. This is the 18Z run for Saturday. See that all of this is starting to shift east. More shifting east, and now we've reached Alabama. You got that freezing rain. This is 0Z on Sunday. All that freezing rain in the northern quarter of Alabama, and most of the rest of Alabama is getting hit with just straight old rain. And I'll explain the problem with this. Now, rain's fine. I'm happy with rain. Rain's good. No ice. The roads won't be as hazardous as with ice or snow, but there's a problem here. This is the 6Z run for Sunday. This is the 12Z run for Sunday. As you can see, there's a big change here. This is the GFS also. You can just see these storms kind of formulate a little bit better. It's still raining over most of Alabama. Here we have the 18Z run for Sunday, and as these storms, you can see these storms, this area of low level here and one here. These two are our big primary kickers. These low level pressure areas are pulling these storms into us, and then there's an area of high pressure off back into Texas. That's going to bring us some dry, cool air. And then about Monday night, we're going to be pretty much in the clear except for the southeastern corner of the state. So this is the European model for temperature. And I'm just going to kind of quickly go through these. This is a 12Z run. You can see 36 for Huntsville, 43 for Birmingham, 49 for Montgomery, and 54 for Mobile. 38. This is the 0Z run for Saturday. This is, as you can see, colder air is pushing down up into -20 up into Canada. Exploding trees, people. Exploding trees. They're fighting back. I'm just kidding. So moisture in the trees, as air gets colder, things condense. When things get hot, they expand. Well, when trees are moist, when they start compacting, a bunch of pressure builds up, and then they go kaboom. So 28 in Huntsville, 34 in Birmingham, 42 in Montgomery, 48 in Mobile. And then this is about the time when the storms start moving in. This is 0Z on Sunday. You can see a definite line here where these storms are pushing through. 36 in Huntsville, 48 in Birmingham, 58 in Montgomery, and 64 in Mobile. It's warm. And you see, as the storms are coming through, this kind of area of warm air shifts up into the state. 66 in Mobile, 57 in Montgomery, 49 in Birmingham, 38 in Huntsville. So this warm Gulf air pushes up into the state, and this is where our storms start to come in, because this warm air is going to bring moisture, and it's going to create a bunch of instability in the atmosphere. I say a bunch, some instability in the atmosphere to create this severe weather chance that we have Sunday. So as this is the 0Z run for Monday, it's going to be about 30, below freezing in Huntsville, just above freezing in Birmingham at 38, 49 in Montgomery, 52 in Mobile. And this is 12Z on Monday. 19 in Birmingham, 25 in Montgomery, 28 in Mobile, 15 in Huntsville. There's massive change here. We go from, it's kind of cold outside, to it's freezing. And here is the problems that I bring. If it rains, we have up to 2 inches in some places along the state, which poses a problem because most of that rain is going to sit. Well, if it gets this cold on Monday, then we're going to have problems with ice storms. Or I'm not sorry, ice storms. Ice forming. We'll have black ice situations, makes road conditions messy. You're getting kids to school, going to work. It just makes the road conditions real messy, and it's not fun. So, cold. This is the NAM for the temperature, the 2-meter AGL temperature in Fahrenheit. And there's not a big change here other than it doesn't say it's as cold in Alabama as the European model is, but the European model is pretty good at predicting these winter storms. So 21 in Huntsville, 22 in Birmingham, 27 in Montgomery, and 27 in Mobile. This is still below freezing. It's cold. Ice will form where there is water, which leads to messy conditions. So here we go. We've seen what the GFS has to say about this model. We're going to look at the European models now. So moving through here, this is right now. This will be at 18Z today. This is the 12Z run for Saturday. Storms forming in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Oklahoma. Ice, sleet, hail, mixed precipitation, ice, rain. This is 0Z on Sunday. Rain from the western part of the state. A little bit of ice for that top corner. Snowing, icing in almost all of Tennessee, and snowing in Kentucky. And also it's snowing back in Texas and still icing back there. This is 12Z on Sunday. As you can see, most of the state, the upper from central to northern Alabama, we are covered in rain. The whole state. And then Monday it's 0Z, the lower part of the state. So Dothan, Troy is still getting a little rain, but it's out of here. So this is the 0.6 today temperature outlook for from January 29th to February 2nd. As you can see, the southeastern United States is below average. Cold, very cold, 90% likely. This is the 8 to 14 days, so the 31st to the 6th. As you can see, we're still below average here for most of the southeastern United States. And that's all I have right now for y'all. But we're going to go back and look at some radar images here. Hold on. And we're going to cut this. And let me make sure that I did all of that I transitioned all of this right. Because if I didn't, and I was talking, and all of that was there, it would be really embarrassing. Okay, now we have the radar image here. So this is right now, as of 2:48 or 2:28, I'm sorry, for the Montgomery radar. This is a live view. There's no precipitation at all. So here we go into the future. So this is live, and then we're going back, and you can just kind of see some storms off in Georgia formed, but we have nothing there. So this is live right now. Now let's go over here to Texas. You can see rain forming around the Fort Worth area. Let's move north up into Oklahoma. So this is Oklahoma City. We can see just nothing really forming right now. Let's do precipitation type. And you can see some ice forming off into in the Frederick area of Oklahoma, Wichita Falls, Fort Worth. Back to Fort Worth. You can see some ice forming off into these areas here. This is going to be the Lubbock, Texas area, and ice, snow. This is Amarillo. Snow, ice. So let's look at a camera here. Arkansas. I want the camera. I want the camera. I want the camera. I want the camera. There it is. And you can see it's just kind of cloudy. Windy, cloudy, cold. El Dorado, Arkansas. More cloudy, more... It's not really cold. 41 degrees isn't that bad. There's a camera in Texas somewhere, and I forget where it is, and I was going to show y'all it. Where? Oh, it wasn't Arkansas, or it wasn't Texas. It was Tulsa. No. The camera. No. Don't out that person. So this is the view of, in Tulsa right now, it is 25 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds, and you can see the area. And you can see we're looking up into the north here, but it is cold. Bentonville, Arkansas. Or Cafe 76 Cafe in Missouri. As you can see, it is windy and it is cold and it is cloudy. And this is pretty much all I have for us today. Let me turn this off and transition. So this is all I have for us. And so I will plan on streaming at some point tomorrow to look at the newer models as they come in. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.